Hey everyone, welcome to another Rock for a Q video, and possibly the start of a new series. We'll see, but essentially in this video, and well, this is the first of a two-parter. This video, I'm going to play this chap here called Mike Beasley, and he is one of the best players in the club, if not the town. And yeah, so start of a potential new series where, well, potentially two new series. One where generally I try and play some of the best players in the club or best players in the town or even from further afield and see how I get on. But also, setting up a regular match with Mike, maybe not every week, but every couple of weeks or every month at least, and sort of see how I improve against him, knowing that he is a good player and any mistake is probably going to lead to a hefty break if he's playing well. I played him before this match. I played 3 frames against him, not on camera, and on one of those frames, I think I played a safety shot, and then he made a 72, and that was frame over. So it's definitely puts. I wouldn't say pressure on, because obviously he's expected to beat me, especially as we're playing from scratch. We're not playing with any handicap, so I guess most of the pressure is on him. But I know he was keen to perform, play well for the camera and not just make it an exhibition kind of thing. So anyway, so we played 8 frames, and I have to say we managed to play 8 frames in the same time as myself and Si normally play 4. So it gives you some idea of how this session is going to go. So let's get into it though. And this is going to be the first 4 frames, as I said, and 1 point all so far. Generally, I do enjoy playing players that are significantly better than me, because obviously there's no pressure on me, especially if we're playing from scratch. And also generally the table, I've practiced the colours quite a lot from their spots, and generally the table stays tidy when you're playing players like Mike, of Mike's level. And so I feel like I've always got a chance of a colour after a red, because they're not, they're generally not on the cushions and stuff like that. I did mean I have spoken to Mike about his sort of snooker history, and I did mean to make notes and sort of give you a little bit of a history of his snooker career. So I'm going to tell you some stuff that I seem to remember him telling me, but I know he's a subscriber, so he may. Mike, if I get any of this wrong, please jump in the comments and correct me, or let me know, and I'll correct them for the next video. But yeah, he said that back in his sort of teens and 20s, he was a prolific snooker player. But back when he was at school, he was he was at the snooker club instead of going to school, kind of thing, and intended to be a pro snooker player when he was young. And I think he said, and this is one thing I'm not sure about, I think he said he was essentially 1 match away from turning pro back in his either late teens or early 20s, I can't remember. But eventually it wasn't happening for him, and he kind of had to essentially get on with life, and get a job like us normal folks did. And so the snooker kind of took a back seat for a while. But now, in his mid to late 30s, I believe, he's sort of pushing again on snooker, and he's in the club at least as often as I am, playing people, and he's hoping to playing a few amateur tournaments coming up, and maybe start winning some tournaments, etc. So, well, that's a bit of an unfortunate shot from him. So in terms of like breaks, he's made. I think he said he's made. I think he said he made maximums in like lineup practices and stuff like that. And I think he said he's been a couple of pots away from a maximum in a frame. I want to say he missed the brown or something like that on the colours clearance. Don't know exactly what you said, but yeah, that's the kind of system. But he's a regular century break maker, and he regularly makes lineup clearances and all that kind of stuff. So he's clearly a good player. So yeah, let's see. He has a very interesting cue action. I think it obviously works for him, but he has a very large backswing, I guess, which he has that very sort of metronomical feathering that he sort of does. So he does one slow feather, one quick feather, and then then another slow feather, and then a couple of quick feathers. It's always the same routine, which it's obviously bedded into his memory now. Obviously, it's not always the same routine, but generally it is. There we go, and then a big So it's quite interesting to watch. It's very you can almost set your clock by it. But didn't quite work out on that one. But obviously 40 points ahead. Sorry, more than that, 50 points. He had a 40 break there, not 40 points ahead. So he's 52 points ahead with 4 reds left. And I've left him this cut into the corner. I did think I was going to be picking balls out the pocket for most of this session, so not surprising this first frame has gone this way. But please stay tuned, because there are some more competitive frames, and including one where, which is going to be in this video, where I think I probably just about play the best snooker I've played in a while. Anyway, maybe not the best ever, but certainly the best I've played in a while. Really happy. I was really happy with how I was hitting the ball, and so keep an eye out for that one. A bit of an exhibition shot coming up from, or attempt an exhibition shot from Mike there, trying to get back round for the red. So I've cut out the sort of thinking time and any kind of discussions here, but at this point we had a discussion, and I said to Mike that no matter what happens, I would like to at least play for the colours, even though he's obviously well won this frame here. I just wanted to see, at the very least, how far I was behind when we got to the colours, sort of to try and gauge how far I'm off, thinking that might be the case on all these frames. But it wasn't. I think this was the only one. This is the only frame where I'm completely out of touch by the colours. There's maybe others where I need 1 or 2 snookers, but not like 16 snookers or however many I need on this one. So we play on until this red goes down, but rest assured that this frame does not see a full proper conclusion. So I'm just sort of practicing my snookers here, which tap on the table from Mike there, but I think without the kiss on the pink I wouldn't have been nowhere near the snooker, but it does actually work out, and Mike does miss it. So only another 15, 16 of those, and I'm back in this frame. I was trying to get behind the black there, but didn't quite make it. Tap on the table from me, because I'm snookered here. So it's always the way when you need snookers that your opponent gets them. But I'm pretty happy with my escape there, and another tap on the table from Mike. A bit of a mistake there, but obviously he's got, he doesn't need to worry really. Yeah, just again trying to get in behind that line of brown, but end up hitting that terribly and breaking up the nice line of colours that were my snookering target. So can I get a snooker here behind the green or the brown? I was going for the brown, but double kiss got in the way. don't think I had the line anyway. So has Mike got the line? He has got the line, so that's an excellent snooker. So it's going to be tricky for me to get out of this one. But yeah, don't get anywhere near that, unfortunately. So the 4 points I got from my snooker have now been given back. And there we go, in goes the last red. So he's taking the pink on, which he gets.
That's the point.
And in goes the yellow. I assume the green passes the blue as well. Well, it possibly did, but it didn't get it. But that's the end of the first frame. Obviously, a very one-sided result. We go on to the next frame. My turn to break this time, so at least I'll get one shot. I'm pretty happy with that break. I've left a chance of this red to the corner though, and might be able to hold for the black. But no, it's a miss. This one at the bottom right of the pack, I think, cuts to the left, but didn't quite play that right. Just it was nicely on the black though, but it didn't matter. But a mistake from Mike gives me 4 points, and I've cut it out. But at that point, I say that I wanted to take a picture of the scoreboard because it's probably the one and only time I'm going to be ahead, or maybe it was after that pot. I'm not sure. But yeah, pretty happy with that long pot. And that one as well. Not quite there though. It's a good job that didn't go in. I'm not sure what I was going after that. But yeah, I think it was after that little mini break that I said that I wanted to take a picture of the scoreboard because it might be the only time I'm ahead. And it didn't last long. No, actually it did, because he didn't quite get good position on the black there. Just hampered it, and he actually fouled there and puts his hands up and says he fouled on the black there. So he just caught the red when he was with his cue, when he was queuing over the top of it. In goes the black, and pretty nicely on the red. So can I get this red in? Oh, I missed it. But pretty happy with that. 24 points in the lead. That's the kind of sort of handicap I would maybe have been suggested playing on if we were playing with handicaps. So can I build on that? Well, I possibly can, but Mike is going to make a bit of a dash for a comeback here. Nice black, just maybe not. Well, I think he was looking for a red, one of those two reds loose from the pack and not just run far enough. So I had to play that one in the middle, which didn't go in, but left me this long red, which I get, but end up going into the pack. I can't force my way through the pack, so just a safety off the blue, trying to get round behind the brown. And I played that as about as well as I could. I mean, I think I said to him, I was like, I was playing to get on the top cushion somewhere behind the brown, but I wasn't really playing to it to be right tight against the brown like that. Nice tap on the table again from Mike, my safety shot. He's left me here. Can I get this red in and get on the black? Oh, I can't. That was a chance. Didn't commit to that. I needed to hit that harder so I could get on the black. So a chance for Mike. Red nicely in the open, pink and black on their spots. Don't think that cannon went as planned though. So just the one along the cushion. He's played it well. Bit of a fine cut on this black though. Again, lovely shot. Just needs to run through for the black. Well, he actually played the cannon for the pink. Obviously had a bit more of an angle than it looked. Yeah, nice 23 so far. Taking the lead. Oh, he's just overrun that one a bit though, but the blue's there up top, so. Nice pot. Oh, it's a bit unlucky with the cannon on yellow though, otherwise he would have been back down for a red in the middle, I think. But a good recovery pot. Still a little tricky on the pink, so not quite yet in prime position, but if he gets his pink in, oh, a lot of side on that. Yeah, another good shot. Again, he's just strayed a little bit far. So blue it is. Oh, and he's missed it. That's very nearly good. I mean, it's very nearly in and continuing his break. That wasn't so great for me. I was just a bit lucky that the cue ball went towards the black. But can Mike cut this red in? He can indeed. He's got the yellow back down to the middle. Should be able to stun across for the red back into the middle, maybe. Oh, but he's missed the yellow. And he's left this red for me, but I'm bridging over the pink. My hand is very close to the pink, very conscious of touching the pink, but I did manage to get away with that pot and a chance with the pink, but not really much I could do to get on the red, or certainly within my ability I couldn't get on the red anyway. Yeah, just trying to hide the red behind the green, but just runs a bit far, so Mike can cut this in. That's a nice green. Just a bit hard though for the yellow. So yes, I'm still in this one, and I say this is one of those frames where I'm still in touch on the colours, which is I think is a pretty good sort of minimal target for me in these matches, in these frames. Put my hand up there because I think I've just blocked the pot off there. Well, Mike says he thinks he could have got to it, but he does end up missing it. Not good enough on the yellow there. Again, should have played it a little bit firmer. And there we have it. Yellow's in, green's easy, brown's easy, and that's the end of this frame as well. But as I said, pretty happy with being in touch when we still got to the colours. That gave me a lot of encouragement certainly after the first frame, where I'd lost with 2 or 3 reds left. So so on we go to the next frame. It's frame 3, and back to Mike breaking.
I tend not to cut out shots if I can help it, unless there's a really prolonged, boring stage.
Slightly under hit the break though. But this is a tricky one for me, but I should be able to play it as a shot to nothing, go around the back of the black. Well, I don't hit it hard enough to for it to be a shot to nothing, nor do I get close enough to the pot for it to be the right line. But Mike misses that cut, and he just catches the jaw, so the cue ball comes back to this end of the table. So not really a pot on, but should be able to get a good safety here, as long as I don't get enough. Yeah, tap on the table for Mike, thank you very much. Good return of safety from there, though. The red's just come up the table, though. As long as the green doesn't cover it, I should have a chance here. I've got a chance to get this red in, maybe get down for the black. Oh, but I miss it. It's not good enough against somebody like this. But Mike also misses one. So can I get this red in the middle of the pack? I think it's pretty straight, so just a bit of an angle. Tried to play the cannon on the red, but didn't make it work properly, so just a safety shot off the black. Trying to get in, well, not in behind the green, but trying to hide behind the green a little bit, but didn't quite get the angle right. Again, with playing somebody like Mike, it's all right getting to balk, but you also need to just be able to play behind the balk colours, not just in balk with your safety, which obviously my safety game is, said many times, possibly the worst part of my game at the moment. Just about avoid the in-off, but leave Mike this chance to the middle. Oh, but he's missed it, and he's brought the cue ball down to this cluster of reds all lined up waiting for the corner pocket, but the only one that will go is the one against the rail, which I miss. So another first pot for Mike. Can he cut this black in? Should be able to. I think he's going to try this plant. I think it's dead straight. Yeah, it certainly is. Not far off anyway. Oh, tries to force the black in and get up and down the table with lots of side. It was a good cue ball. Well, it would have been unlucky if he'd got the black in and not been on anything, which is the case. But it was a good attempt. Excuse me. Oh, lovely pot from Mike. Excuse me, my voice is going a bit. Again, just a little unlucky with the cannon on the red, but he has got this red to the middle by the pink. Doesn't have to do a lot with the cue ball because the pink will pass through this sort of little corridor to the corner pocket. There we go. Just hampered a bit by the blue there, but again, just easy roll through for the black. But he's left himself a bit straight on that, so he kind of had to force his way around the angles, and he's just not run far enough for that red. He's playing for the red to the left of the black, obviously, and just not run far enough. A bit frustrated with that, because it was only a matter of a couple of inches. Gives me a bit of a chance here. Nice red. Nicely on the black. Been practicing these. Yeah, that's about as good as I was hoping for. So I'm high on this red, so low on the red, so going round for the blue, but I've overhit it. But knowing that the bottle colours are there if I need them. So I kind of get from this yellow down to a red. Not playing it like that, I can't. Needed to play that with more side, I guess, more left-hand side. So long red was attempted, but it didn't go in, but I knew I would unlikely leave anything. But I was lucky that red covered it, so Mike was actually trying to double the plant essentially, but it didn't quite work out. So can I get through to this red? I think I can. Yeah, just about. Probably should have hit it a little bit harder, try and come back down to the cushion, back down off the top cushion. But just making sure of the pot. Yeah, green didn't go in though, so just the 1 point. In goes that red. So is he going to go around the angles and into pack? That's what he's tried. And that is a beautiful shot. He deserves some fortune to be on something. He is on something, but it's not as easy as it could have been. He gets it anywhere, and a nice little kiss on the red means he's on the black. Oh, but it's just a bit unlucky there, hampered from both sides by the pink and the other red. That's nicely cued. But the black doesn't go in. But he's running away from the reds a little bit. So tricky opening rest shot for me. Which I get absolutely nowhere near. And leave Mike a fairly easy opening one. Tricky to get on a colour, but I'm sure he'll manage it. Yeah, screws nicely off the cushion there. Pretty much perfectly on the pink. Oh, he's missed it. I think he wanted a little bit of an angle there. He was dead straight. He just wanted a little bit of an angle. But I couldn't get the red in either. So I'm 36 behind with 35 on, so I already need snookers. But I'll at least get that red, even though the light's gone out. It did go in, trust me. So I need the blue to at least me now. Still need one snooker, which I do get. Nicely cannon on the yellow, but cannon it a bit too far towards the pocket. So now's the time to play for snooker, which is what I did. But I just under hit that. I should have got the long rest out. I didn't really have the proper setup for that. In which case Mike obliges by cutting that yellow in nicely. Tries to move the green, which he does, but doesn't move it into a more potable position really. So yeah, just looking at the scores. 30 behind, so I do decide to play on. So I still only need 2 snookers. And I do want some practice trying to get snookers, but that wasn't one of them. So what can I do here? Obviously snooker with the blue or the brown, but how am I going to get it? Like that, maybe? Well, it's going to be difficult to get the line there, but at least there's plenty of distance between the 2 balls. But now there's distance for me, which means getting snookers is a lot harder. And I might have put this over. Oh, I thought I'd put it over the pocket. Oh, I nearly got a snooker there, but that wasn't what I was playing for. So now this is a chance to get a snooker. So, but I decide to, in my wisdom, to pot the green and maybe look for a snooker on the brown. Or the blue, maybe. I think I maybe look for I pot the brown and maybe look for a snooker. Yeah, I think I was thinking I'd try and pot the brown, which I do pot the brown because I'm fluky, and thinking about getting a snooker by just putting this on the cushion. But no, I decided to try and pot it as well. When really I should have been just putting them on the cushion, put both the blue and the white on the cushion, either side of the pink and black, and that would have been the snooker. But I didn't do that. Can I do it here? It's much more difficult now because the cue ball's much higher up the table. No, I decided to move the black to try and move it into a more snookerable position, which kind of is, I guess, but still not. It's left this blue potable, which my duty obliges for. Nearly cuts the black in, which I think I said to him, I'll go and cut the black in as a joke, but he doesn't. So there's another frame down, but not quite as competitive as the second frame, but I felt like I played some good shots there. On to the fourth and final frame for this video. Another 4 frames coming up, probably in a few days' time. Maybe not the next video, but possibly the one after that. So back to my break. That's an okay break, but not great. So a very aggressive safety shot from Mike. I think he's thinking about trying to get a high break, open the reds up, hope for a mistake from me, and then he can get in amongst them and make a nice one. But he's not accounting for my long potting, which seems to be working pretty well this particular session. And the black as well. But couldn't see any other reds, so I decided to take this one on. And I wasn't a million miles away from it, and I would have had a pot on the brown if it'd gone in, but it didn't. And that red jumped right out. But he played that well, got the cue ball right back up to the balk end. So there's tricky pot in the middle, but it goes right in the pocket. Just could do with the cue ball slowing down. I am on this black. In it goes, but I've just hit that far too hard. And that's given away, that's a 14-point swing, which, you know, remember that when we get to the end of this frame. 14-point swing, should have been 7 points to me, but it was 7 points to Mike. Again, nice cut from Mike. He does avoid the middle pocket. But doesn't get that one in. And he doesn't get position on a colour either, so probably would have been end of break anyway, unless he could have cut the blue in. But again, I make a very nice middle pocket pot on the red, and the blue is there waiting in the corner. I've got an angle to be able to come off this and hopefully get on the red in the middle, or come even further down the table. But I can on the green, which is pretty careless. All I needed was just a touch more right hand side, and I would have been fine. Attempt the long one, nearly fluke it in the opposite corner, but it doesn't work out. Nice red, just a bit too much action on the cue ball, so ends up not quite on the black. So just a safety, another aggressive safety, I guess, with breaking the reds up even further. Not that they needed really breaking up anymore. Nearly another very good long pot from me, but just doesn't find its way in the pocket, which leaves Mike a easy starter for 10, or for 1. So black along the cushion. Just doesn't quite draw. Plays it with pace, trying to get out for the red, but so it leaves me this red. Can I pick this red and stun up for the black in the middle? Exactly what I can do. Come on, keep going, keep going, keep going. Well, it's there, but not quite the angle I wanted, so I'm going to have to force this in with pace to try and get across for the red, which I have done. Pretty happy with that, especially using the rest. So I'm trying to get down to the black again. And just overcooked it a little bit. So thin cut on the black, but it doesn't work out, and I almost go into the middle pocket again. So thankfully not. So back in the lead. Played a couple of good shots there. Pretty happy with that. And another chance goes my way due to a miss. Black is tied up though, so can I get out for the blue? Well, not quite. Maybe should have tried to stay for the black. I'm not sure. Try to take the blue in the corner, but it doesn't go in. And Mike misses that red to the middle. I think it was more of an angle than the camera makes it look, but still, I was not expecting him to miss it. I don't think he was expecting to miss it either. But I don't mind telling you, that was an attempted pot, and I got absolutely nowhere near that. I cued right across it if you watch that back. It's pretty terrible cueing. So Max gets his black in, chance for a comeback, but it doesn't drop. Does it drop? No, it doesn't drop. So next red is almost certainly worth 8 points. So can I get this red in? No, I can't. Should have taken more time with that. And Mike doesn't get that one either. A little nudge on that, on the white with the red, just makes this red a little bit more difficult. But still, I should be really getting those in. But then not only do I miss it, I go in off again. So that's another 4 points to Mike. Gives him an opener for the red and then the black. Not quite on the red, the long red up the cushion though. So can I get my long potting firing again? No, I can't. Played it as a bit of a safety as well, just thinking that I could hold for the black and hopefully only leave a very difficult red. Well, not very difficult, but a difficult-ish red. But it's not difficult enough because Mike gets it in nicely. Followed up by a good blue. Is he going to run a bit further enough? And he's trying to encourage the cue ball to come out a bit, but it hasn't. But it's a good cut in nonetheless. Accepted nicely by the pocket, has to be said, but then these aren't exactly tournament grade pockets. That was a nice point, nicely held for the pink. Tricky red coming up though. So he gets that in nicely. So he's 26 ahead, it's 27 on, he just needs this blue for a frame ball. But he misses it. Little frame ball. So I need all these colours, and that is a very good start. Blue is pretty much over the pocket, not over the pocket. Pink and black are on the spots. Brown is on the spot. Should be easy to stun this green in for the brown, but I get the green in, but I don't get the stun right, and I'm just a bit further away from this brown. But if this brown goes in and I can get on the blue, I'd back myself to clear. But it robbles in the jaws, and that is the frame where I think I could have beaten Mike if I'd got that pot. Let's not forget the 14-point swing on that black in the beginning of the frame where I went in off after potting it. But another frame goes begging, but I think that was my chance to win one. And in the end, it's a fairly comprehensive points victory, but I don't think the points totally tell the story of that frame. I think I did have a good chance there. anyway, that's enough for this video. I've got another 4 frames to come up. Probably in a not next video, maybe the video after that. So I'll see you then. Thanks for watching, and yeah, have a good one.